Welcome back to Houston Life. Starting tonight for 5 nights only, you can catch the musical The Last 5 Years at Queensbury Theatre.
Yeah, the show is based on true events told from 2 different perspectives, from that first romantic spark to the eventual heartbreak. Here with more are the director of The Last 5 Years, Christina Sullivan, along with the stars, Mia Gerakis and Austin Colburn. Welcome to all 3 of you. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
We cannot wait for this live performance. And let's talk about just how special it is that you were able to stage this production at Queensbury. This just closed on Broadway. How did you get the show?
People keep asking. We really don't know. We lucked out. I think it was in the stars, and maybe fate knew that these 2 needed to do it, because usually you don't get to if it's if it's closing or if it's on tour. So we're just lucky it worked out.
So people need to take advantage of this 5-night only situation.
Yes.
Let's talk about the story itself, because it's inspired, the person who wrote it, the composer who wrote it, actual experience, success, and then heartbreak and failure within his own relationship. You guys are both, Mia, Austin, you're from Houston, but you live in New York City. We love to see Houstonians doing these huge things, especially on Broadway. What is it like to be chosen for this role, Mia?
Oh, it's so special. I mean, you know, Christina was my mentor growing up. You know, this is where I got my start. And so it's kind of full circle to come back here after 12 years of living in New York. And I have a special connection to Kathy's story too, because she's a struggling actress in New York, going to cattle calls, all of these things. So it just feels like a homecoming for me. And it's also a show that I fell in love with musical theater through this show. So I don't know, I'm vibing right now.
Yeah.
And
You're
Austin,
glowing.
in your role, I mean, we're talking about a guy who experienced a lot of professional success, but then had extreme heartbreak on the heels of that success. And I feel like a lot of us can identify with falling in love and then being brokenhearted. But the way this story is told from the 2 different perspectives, that's really what makes it special.
Yeah, I think the perspectives especially, it sort of makes us stand out so that you can kind of take in everything at once. But then, you know, there's our meeting point, and you kind of get the full picture.
It's pretty unique. You don't attach yourself to one of their narratives.
Exactly.
Which is one of the things we love. Like, you don't get to make judgments about Kathy or Jamie because you're watching them both experience like the beginning and the end of the relationship in a scattered way. So you see the full mosaic of their
You're
love
like
story.
forced to see both perspectives.
Exactly, yes.
You are. And at the end of the show, you're like, okay, maybe I started off on Jamie's side, but now I can kind of see where Kathy was coming from based on her journey. You know, I think the theme of this show is timing is everything, right? So based on what's happening in your life and based on what's happening in his life, there can be a lot of missed connections and miscommunication.
That is heartbreaking.
It's pretty heartbreaking.
Okay, should we bring tissue to the
100%.
Really?
Yes, an emotional support teddy bear, something like that.
Excuse me, Christina, you're someone who has been on the scene in the Houston arts community for 20 plus years.
Yes.
How does this feel? Well, that's why we know it's exceptional. That's why we know it's so good. What was it about these 2 that you think work so well on stage together?
So I've loved both Mia and Austin. It's rare to find. It's such an athletic score. Like, first of all, you have to have people that have glorious voices and can sing all the way up and down a vocal range and do just about anything vocally, but also who bring their full selves and heart and intellect to each song, because it's really it's a set of musical monologues, and each moment has such a crazy arc. You need people who have range and passion, and the 2 of them, there aren't better. You're not going to find better performers and actors and artists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they match on purpose today, or was that just like a
They're just in sync.
We're a little in sync. I think a couple goals, you know what I mean?
They're vibing.
Before it goes wrong, you know.
Right.
Austin, just looking through your credit list here, I mean, you have done so many shows. You're also living in New York City right now.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde, Secret of My Success, The Wizard of Oz. I mean, when you're doing these big shows and there's a large ensemble involved, that's very different than the show you're doing right now at Queensbury. Talk to us about just the added pressure when you are working with a small cast or maybe just one other actor. You got to be like laser focused.
Yes,
right?
you really do. I was telling friends recently, it has taught me a new discipline that I lacked beforehand. You know, with large ensembles, you can kind of depend on each other, but when it's just you and another person, it's almost like I have to be the strongest that I can be by myself, not know what you're doing, but know that this is my path, this is what I'm doing, these are the steps I need to take to make sure that I am, you know, in shape for this role, for this performance, and yeah, I mean, it has been insane. The difference between shows I've done in the past and doing this, it's taught me that this is hard.
Well, the spotlight, I mean, the spotlight is on you both. I mean, how do you feel about this extreme, you know, responsibility for this role?
It's, I mean, everything Austin said and more. I think, you know, it's rare to have a tech process where you just keep going back and forth and back and forth. And I think, honestly, we had a really long day yesterday and went into a dress rehearsal. And I was so proud of both of us at the end of it because we really sank our teeth into it. And I think that's something I've learned through this. Like, you just have to be present in every moment. You can't really phone it in ever, and that's just a good lesson to learn for any show you do. Like, just be present. There's a reason it's live theater. It's never going to be the same twice. So I don't know. It's a great challenge. I'm very, very lucky.
And what a special time in life to have each other, to have this kind of professional experience. And Christina, I know you're so proud. And because as a director, you want something that you're staging to be powerful and to leave audiences in tears.
Watching them all day yesterday and last night, it's the reason I do, you know, it's the reason you do all the parts that maybe aren't as fun and glorious, so that you get moments that are just magic, like the two of them on stage.
Okay, so. the big payoff. Guys, you're not going to want to go anywhere because Mia and Austin are staying with us. They're going to perform a duet ahead of their show tonight. So this is basically the warm-up before the huge, huge show tonight.
Exactly.
Houston Life, we'll be right back. Well, welcome back to Houston Life. We chatted with Mia Gerakis and Austin Colburn about the last 5 years before the break.
Yeah, that was before the break, but now they're going to perform a duet accompanied by music director Alex Navarro on piano. And reminder, tonight is previews. It opens tomorrow. We'll have ticket information right after this performance. Take it away.
Until tomorrow, goodbye. Until the rest of my
I could never rescue you. All you ever wanted, but I could never rescue you, no matter how I tried, so we could fight. Or we could wait, or I could cry until tomorrow. Goodbye, until I crawl to your door, and I will be waiting. I will be waiting. You never noticed how the wind had changed.
Goodbye until tomorrow.
I didn't see a way we both could win.
Until I'm done thanking God, for I have been waiting. I have been waiting for you.
Goodbye, Kathy.
I have been waiting. I have been waiting for you.
Goodbye.
I will keep waiting. I will keep waiting for you.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Mia Gerakis, Austin Colburn, Alex Navarro on piano, and Christina Sullivan, the director of the show. That was so powerful. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Beautiful show. So previews are tonight, right? And you open tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Queensbury Theatre. We will be linking to the last 5 years at Queensbury Theatre. Tickets start at $25. Just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section.
Chills. There you go. There's some information once again. HoustonLife.tv is where you go for all that information.
Beautiful.